Okay. Harley, are we all right? On the corner of Granville and Drake in downtown Vancouver, within one of Canada's busiest and fastest developing cities, sits a little brick building that has seen it all. It's where the hottest blues musicians in North America go when feeling homesick, and where the stars go to hear them play. Everyone is welcome. Grab yourself a beer, pull up a chair. Welcome to the Yale Hotel, Rhythm and Blues Bar. Like the blues that's been played between these walls for almost 3 decades, the Yale Hotel originated from humble beginnings. In 1884, Vancouver was little more than a few hundred wooden dwellings and a couple of dirt roads that cut through the forest. But with the emergence of the Canadian Pacific Railway came more people, more jobs, and more hope for a better beginning. 165 men made the trip to the new community, making $1.50 a day. They were cutting logs, clearing land for roads and shelters, all the work done by hand. Situated on one end of the False Creek ferry line, the Yale served as a place of rest and relaxation for the workers, as Vancouver would continue to flourish over the next few years. By 1886, Vancouver had grown into a community of over 1,000 buildings and was still gaining momentum. Then, on Sunday, June 13th, it all came to a halt. As the CPR was clearing land, a fire started between Hamilton and Granville. An excessively strong wind carried the fire through the new city, destroying almost everything in its path. The Yale was one of the only structures that survived. Vancouver, however, proved to be as resilient as the Yale. Less than 12 hours after the Great Fire, the town was being rebuilt. The Yale would soon become a gathering place for the community, where the town folk would go to socialize and relax. The hotel was refurbished and in 1889 was renamed the Colonial Hotel. A stable was even added downstairs for the carriage trade. The hotel served tradesmen, miners and loggers, fishermen, and of course, CPR workers who trudged up an old Indian trail in the woods from False Creek. The hotel soon became a hot spot for nightlife in the new community and had a reputation for being the wildest hangout in town. The Colonial would carry this infamous reputation for over 2 decades until it was renamed the Yale once again in 1911. As Vancouver continued to prosper over the years, the Yale became lost in the shuffle and was soon associated with an area of town considered to be on the wrong side of the tracks. This squalid neighborhood, 90 years in decline, would serve as a midwife to the Yale in the early 1980s, as this permanent fixture would emerge across North America as the house that blues built.
There's a whole generation who were raised on this music, who come here, regulars, etc. There are younger people who haven't heard this music before, and as a refreshing change from whatever the other alternative is, they come here and they hear someone like Al Walker play the guitar and they go, I never heard anything like that before.
And then I called up my spirits. I said, give me higher power.
Around about 1984, a fellow by the name of Sam Sorich bought the Yale.
Josh Labman got him on side with presenting blues music.
So what he did was he installed a couple small stages on either side of the stairway over there, and they tried a little, topless dancing.
Oh my goodness.
And that went on for a little while. From there,
they changed it over to having bands.
Early 80s, then it was changed into a blues bar.
He was talking to us locals, what would you do with the place? Well, heck, I'd get all my buddies from Chicago to come play this joint and put it on the map.
All right, Miss Jane, we're gonna add a little scratchy thing, y'all. Scratch that thing, girl. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
The blues is what we say the Yale is all about.
It's the color, the culture of the place. The cool thing about blues is the songs are all stories. It's timeless music, and so it's kind of an honor to be a purveyor.
Well, I'm very proud because, you know, this is a very small club, and to know that every night of the week we can manage through thick and thin to get a new band in. We have jams twice a week in addition to those 7 nights of entertainment.
The Yale is a destination club. People don't even know who's playing. They just know that there's a certain caliber of talent, and so they just come to the Yale.
Very often the musicians will look down to the audience and they'll call from their buddies that are sitting in the audience.
Even if I'm not playing here and I'm sitting in the audience, chances are the band would call me up to come and sit in. It's just a very open situation. If you're a player, if you're not going to get invited up until you prove that you can do the stuff, right?
So I mean, the level of musicianship that I get to work with is very high. And sometimes it's like trying to hold on to a rocket, because these fellows really play, I mean, and you have to play too.
One day you find someone and you love that girl.
We're best friends with all of the musicians, and they do call the Yale their home.
Yeah, it's like being in your living room. It feels very comfortable once you've been here. Your amplifier's supplied, your chords there's picks, there's everything you need. Just bring your guitar and basically you play.
So people, like I say, they just know that they're going to get the goods when they come here.
Well, look how tall this stage is. And look at the size of the monitors. They're going to get a Class A sound guy at the board. And there are a couple of places which arguably are, more authentic or bigger or,
But there is no place like this. This is, pretty much the hippest club to do what they do. There are regular customers here, and they, support. They clap and they dance. Often on the first number, there's ladies out there dancing, and then the guys get with it.
Yeah, there's some real, people that are really involved in the music, and they come back time after time. You know them on a first name basis. They know you. They show up when you play. They support you, as much as you can, and you support them by giving them your best.
The musicians are always happy to play here, and they appreciate their fans, and the fans return that appreciation tenfold.
They're listening, they're just rapt attention. They're listening. They're digging each and every player. They're inside the songs. They know that it is coming from here. Not coming from here. It's coming from here, there, then here. Heart, head, hands is what we say.
If you have the audience, then they're certainly with you.
She's a wicked wild woman, southern and sweet.
We never just keep pounding the same beat all the time. We just change.
Wrong for that. Oh, come on!
Make it funky, make it swing, play it slow, play it fast, things like that, And there's a certain dynamic that causes people to just get up out of their chair and shake their booty, as the man said. This is a cultural oasis, in a city pretty much that has forgotten the roots music.
The biggest problem that Vancouver has in the blues is Vancouver's like 2.5 million people, right? Seattle, a little bit more than maybe closer to 3 million in Seattle. Well, Vancouver has one blues bar, the Yale. Seattle has 93 blues bars.
So the Yale truly is an anchor point for the city of Vancouver.
You know, it's so fantastic that we have that kind of a base here in Vancouver. You know, New Orleans has got their type of music and their base. Chicago's got its sound. You know. I think Vancouver's got its own sound too.
There really is nothing like this between here and Toronto.
A lot of bars, what they have to do to survive is they have to reface every 5 years. And I think that what's different about this bar is the more that we stay the same, the more we will be alive, the longer we'll be alive. Where it's just totally different, a unique situation. But you know, truly, the bar has taken on this life of its own, and we're but caretakers, and that's the way I look at it now. I think that the Yale has this fabulous momentum, and it's more of a social good, and I think it's unbelievably fabulous.
I can't get no sleep when my baby away from me. I can't get no rest when that woman loves me.